I'm Courtney.
And I'm Emily. And this is Cheers to That.
Tink, I'm trying not to spill my coffee.
All right. Welcome back to another week of your favorite podcast where we talk about motherhood, marriage, and laugh at everything in between. Courtney, how you doing?
I am doing great. I am still warming up. What time is it? It's 11:30 and I had my chai tea that I told you about, and you said I don't think chai has caffeine in it, so I made coffee while I'm over here.
I'm hoping that's a correct thing. I'm 90% certain chai tea does not contain caffeine.
Yeah, I mean, even if it does, it's
not
very
enough.
minimal.
It's
It's
not
not the kick in the ass that I need. So
She needs a kick in the ass, folks. You
I
heard it here
do.
first.
How are you?
Oh, just 30.
Okay, 30 and like flirty, 30 and
thriving. Yeah, I mean, nothing's changed. I'm still broken in like so many ways.
physically broken.
Yeah, and mentally.
You have a bruise on your foot.
Oh my God. Okay. We'll dive into my whole birthday trip soon. But my brother, we were in a gas station after dinner one night and after a speakeasy. My brother drops a full tall boy directly on like the tip of my foot, like right by my toes. And I was like, golly, that hurt. My foot looks terrible to the point where Connor was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
when he
no,
got
I
home
saw it
yesterday.
yesterday. It's been a week almost.
Yeah, it's been almost a week. And I mean, like,
It's bad.
for the YouTube boys. My foot's
bad.
black in one spot. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm going to see my brother.
Can I do a reenactment of what I think your brother did? Because I wasn't in the gas station.
Please.
Like, I think it accidentally slipped from his hands.
Correct.
Because he's kind of jumping around, and then he drops it. He's like, oh, sorry, brother. Sorry.
That was pretty much it. Yeah, you nailed it.
And then he goes out. He's leaving the gas station. I was waiting in the car. We had moved our vehicle so we could get gas. And he totally scared the shit out of a woman that was just sitting in her car, waiting probably for her husband to come out. And he tries to get in the back seat. He opens it. She screams.
Yeah, correct.
And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. Like,
I didn't see it happen. Connor was like, Emily, Tristan just got in the wrong car. And I was like, no way. And I turn and look and he's apologizing to this lady. I think he made it pretty far into the car.
he did. No, I saw it with my own two eyes. He opens the door. He has one leg in, like his body is going in, and he jumps out.
Tristan. And then he said he yells at the lady. She's screaming. And he's like, I'm just as scared as you. Which is so my brother. Like, he's just the life of the party. And he's like our dumb mascot. He told me he's like not. Is that thunder? That's an aggressive
Who
thunder.
knew that it was going to be storming today?
Mood.
Not me, because I don't check the weather. So
Same. I told my mom I
surprise.
was going to check. Well, okay. Off topic. My mom yesterday was like, oh, do you want to come over? And I was like, yeah, sure. Let me check the weather real quick, though, and just see like when this rain's going to pass. And she was like, yeah, okay, you 80-year-old. Like, get your Doppler out. I'm like, so now I'm being shamed for being informed?
I can't drive in the rain. Like,
It was, okay. It was torrential downpour. And I was like, my parents live in a townhome, so I'm like, not going to get out in the rain. They had I'm going to walk under my carport situation, and then I don't have to be in the rain. I don't want to get rained on.
you might melt.
I am Elphaba, and I'm allergic to water. How about that?
As Addie would say, you're the mean girl. But she's kind of nice, but she's mean. Elphaba.
Addie's having a hard time understanding like duplicity. Like it's like you're good or bad, which I think all kids her age
She's
feel
very
that way.
black and white. She cannot understand that you can be both.
Little does she know, plot twist of her life is
She
going
just
to be
needs
meeting
to
me.
spend like one day in prison and realize that.
Or just a
You
day
can
with
have
me.
both.
It's like good and bad. Well, I do want to talk about something crazy I did today, a crazy choice I made.
Okay.
I have a
Give it
side
to
part.
me. Wait, how did I not notice?
Really? I thought it was going to be the first thing you said. It's just it's just a
No.
slight.
It's really cute.
I don't know.
How do you feel about it?
This is one of the biggest changes I've ever made.
What
I'm just
about
kidding. I'm just
creating like the middle part to begin with? Was that a big change?
That was a big change. Yeah, like I don't know that side part. Okay, here's the thing. Like I curled my hair last week and I feel like I've created this thing in my head where I think our audience is looking to me to have different hair every week. Like I'm always mixing things up.
with curled hair.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was like, I did a middle part curled last week. Like I'm just wanting to spice things up. And so I was like, what if I go slightly very slightly off center.
Yeah. I bet everybody noticed. I think they even heard it, like your energy change, that if they're not watching the video, I think they knew there's something different about Emily today, and it might be a slightly like off 1 centimeter side part.
This is side part Emily coming at you live.
Meanwhile, my hair is just up in a ponytail.
No, but it looks cute.
Well, the thing is, it frizzes. And so I tried to slick it back with hairspray.
But it's frizzy outside. It's frizzy air
It's so
outside.
frizzy outside.
I was trying.
It's so fuzzy outside.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's that.
Yeah.
It's
The electricity
weather
in the air
that turns you into frizz. Like,
Yes.
I walked outside for 3 seconds, had to recurl my bangs before we started podcasting.
Yeah, just all the hair on my body frizzing.
I just spit so far. Courtney's toe hair frizzed. I was gonna say something about that. Oh, Addie, I was trying to tell Connor last night about what Addie said about her Bluey term. Addie is like obsessed with Bluey right now, so she says all these Australian words. And last night you heated up. I was at your house. You heated up like their Mexican food from
Leftovers,
lunch.
yeah.
And she's like, "This is so." What did she say? Budgy?
Budgy.
This is so budgy. And we look at each other and you go, what does budgy mean? And she's like smushy. Like, duh, mom. And the way she says it is like, how do you not know what budgy means? And then you're like, Addie, eat your food. She's like, I'm trying, but it's so budgy. Like,
all of a sudden, she has an entire Australian vocabulary that I do not know. I'm not in on it.
Favorite thing. It makes me want to make Fielding watch Bluey, so he talks in Australian phrases.
It's so like budgy. The way she said it, I was so taken aback. I'm like, you just taught me a new word.
Almost has an accent when she does it. Yes. And then what else does she say? Oh, she's gonna go take a leak.
She's gonna go take a leak, which is not great, but thanks, Bluey.
And then biscuits whenever something happens.
Oh, biscuits. Like
it's
to everything.
So funny. Like she stubs her toe. Oh, biscuits.
So if you want your kid to become an Australian part of their culture, just have them watch Bluey.
Love
24/7.
Sold. Will do. On my way. It's the best.
It's that or Peppa Pig, because that's
Peppa
cute
Pig
too.
I've heard is really whiny though.
Oh.
Bluey's dope.
Yeah, Bluey's is cool, and the grandparents are cool. Like everybody, I enjoy the characters. Peppa Pig, I just know that they have accents. I don't know anything about the show.
I mean, I know very little, but I just have heard that criticism. Not sure from where, but I've heard it.
No, thank you.
Now, here's my complaint to the Bluey audience. If anyone is a mover and shaker in the Bluey community, can we petition to like double the episode length? Please. 7 minutes is barbaric.
Oh, it gives me chills thinking about it.
Because I'm hearing every 6 minutes.
Yeah,
because you've got credits.
It's rough. But maybe that's the cocaine they put in it. Like it just keeps your kid coming back. That addictive, like
Fielding wanted to watch
coming back.
Whatever weird Chinese something that made Baby Shark. It's not Coco Melon.
It's like Baby Fong or something.
Yes.
Or Fang or whatever.
Yeah. It is. That's good pool. He wanted to watch that on Amazon the other day, and I was like, I am going to go land traffic. It was because it's clearly written by people whose first language isn't English, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. You speak more languages than me. However, whenever you're doing like I don't even know. I can't think of the words of these songs, but they're doing it to the tune of like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, whatever.
But it's not the actual song.
Correct. So it's like, we're gonna drive a car in the road. The car stops at the red stop sign. And it's like, look.
Wait, that's me trying to like entertain my kids on a road trip.
And that's fine, but you're not producing it. I was like, what? Like, this doesn't even rhyme. And Fielding is just like,
I love this. He's drooling out of the side of his mouth.
Because I won't let him watch YouTube on my phone anymore. I made that mistake for 2 days last week, and it ruined my life.
Oh, can I tell everyone my like?
Yes, please.
So
your win, your hack.
This is my like mom win / hack of the week, because we have a smart TV, and I think it's Google based. So the TV is Google, and I'm signed in on my Google account. And what kept happening was all of these freaking YouTube videos would pop up on. They're auto populated. So every time Tucker's like, monster truck.
And this is as soon as you turn your TV on.
And I'm telling you, like, I turn it off and he's full meltdown. I turn it on, and because I've given in, like,
Yep.
okay, let's see. He sits there for an hour straight, and then I turn it off, full meltdown. And I was like, we cannot do this anymore. And so I figured out that if you go to, like, on the TV, you go to your profile, your picture, it's in that settings. You can remove certain apps. So I removed everything but like Disney, Netflix, and like Peacock or whatever. I don't know. But now it will not come on. He still wakes up every morning, like, asking for Monster Truck, but I'm able to turn on the TV and go, look, I'm sorry it's not there.
Monster Truck died.
It's crazy. And I don't mind him watching like the actual monster trucks, but the problem is you can't just watch that because it auto populates.
Correct.
It's the high contrast colors. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking
where
about.
with the weird like animals or characters on there,
yes.
and they're just making sounds, and Tucker
He does
loves
love
it.
a very specific type of YouTube video. Like, I could pick him out of a lineup. Fielding's interest right now is watching other people play with lightning toys.
Yeah.
Which
I'd
is
almost rather, it's kind of weird because it's an adult, but I would prefer that over the weird, like,
I don't know.
Actually, neither.
There's no winning. There's no winning because, like, he likes those, but I mean, it's the same thing. He goes into, a trance, and taking it away from him for 2 days afterwards, he's lightning.
Isn't it crazy? Because you can only let him watch it for 20 minutes, and 2 days afterwards, you're still fighting
Correct.
the fight.
And like,
it's
I've
not
never
worth it.
let him really watch YouTube, just not because I'm so principled. It just like hasn't come across my desk.
Yeah.
Like, he's always wanted to watch something else.
For sure.
And so I put on YouTube for him because he went with me to Dr. Mark, and I was like,
Yeah.
Mommy's getting adjusted. Sit your ass down.
Yeah. Meanwhile, while I was there, my kids ripped the headrest out of the.
That makes me feel so much better because I
were
was
awful.
No, because Fielding was pretty good, but I mean, Dr. Mark's like ripping my head off my shoulders, and Fielding's like, you okay? He was really worried about me. So, in between lightning, that was the most important part. But
that's our
digress.
hack of just
remove
take it
YouTube
off,
from
just take it off
the planet.
Because
Actually, us uploading this podcast to YouTube.
Well, kids' videos. Remove those that have like 48 million views. And I'm like, you're freaking making bank. No wonder
Pisses me
these
off.
adults are playing with toys.
Connor
for fun.
goes, we have so much lightning paraphernalia. We could have made so much money. I'm like, well, thanks for mentioning it now. We're screwed. Like,
Never
whatever.
too late, I guess.
I guess not. But anywho,
Let's dive into your birthday shenanigans because it was so fun.
It was so fun.
If you didn't listen to the last episode, which was book club, I think.
yes.
Yes. We went to Canyon Lake, which was my first time there. I want to book a trip back and go just to the lake.
I know I didn't take you to see the lake. I forgot.
Well, it was kind of your birthday and we didn't have time.
Sweet little angel. I was gonna take
I
you
would have
by
just
it.
like went and looked at it and then turned around.
That's what I meant to. Wanted to do that before we left. Sorry. Okay, keep going.
No, it's fine. Beautiful. We floated the river. We played games. Let's start off on Friday night. So we all got there. There were 15 total people. And it was really nice the setup you guys found because we all each had cabins. Like,
Yes.
so it's 2 couples essentially per cabin. Y'all had your own. So that one was a single one. That was so nice because I was telling somebody, I was like, it was nice to like commingle with everybody, but then still have your own space to go back to at the end of the day. Not that I don't love all of your family that came.
No, but
it's just
15
something
people
about,
is a lot. And I thought the same. That's why I was so interested in booking those. I love the idea of everyone staying in the same house, but it is nice. Like, if you need some decompression time, you can just go to your own.
And I definitely
space.
like use that. I realize how old I am. It's really sad. It hit
feel
midnight
you,
and I was
sister.
like Cinderella. Like, I have to get back home.
Me has to go to sleep.
But it's really sad that like I could not, and I didn't even have kids there to like tend to. It was just I got so
body stops
tired.
functioning.
Yes.
I don't
But Friday night we ordered a huge spread of Italian food, which was freaking delicious. It was somewhere
Yes.
local. Your sister-in-law, Sydney, did an amazing job on games.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how creative she is. I'm like, you should be a party planner, number one.
Literally.
Number two, you would have people paying you to make games. So she made, it was called Jeopardy, but it was playing
Jeopardy.
on Jeopardy. And it had categories. So like Twilight themed, Taylor Swift themed, Emily themed. There was another one.
Yeah, she did. She like broke up the Twilight movie. So it was like,
Oh, yes.
Twilight and New Moon, Eclipse and Breaking Dawn, Taylor Swift, and then E. Miley trivia.
Yes.
And it was
so good because it wasn't even just questions. Like she created scenarios where you had to finish Taylor Swift songs. We had to do a battle where we had to sing our song,
Yes.
Taylor Swift, and see who could make it the furthest in the song.
My nightmare. My nightmare fuel.
Some of us, the teams had to reenact Twilight.
Yes. Like the thing about Sydney is no one on this earth, I've never met a person that can create a more personalized experience like in a game format. I've seen her do it with other things, but it made it so fun. And I like felt so special because she just like made it so unique and perfect for me. So yeah, she did an amazing job, truly.
I was blown away.
No notes whatsoever. And then she said Ashton made the other game, but Ashton was like, Sydney pretty much did it. But they did like a question game, Connor versus everyone else. And like I was kind of like what would you call that? Like answer key.
Yeah.
So they'd ask a question and then everyone but Connor would try to come up with the right answer. Like the first question was, what's Emily's favorite color? You, my sisters, my brother, everyone's like significant others, everyone's playing on the other side. Connor's playing on one side. We're all writing it down. And then I'm holding up my card and y'all are seeing if you got it right or not. Who won? Y'all won, right? Did y'all beat Connor?
No, I think it might have been a tie. Like we were
It was so close.
Like
no, and I felt
turns out
so cool.
we know you so
no, I
well.
felt so cool because everyone knew me. Like everyone was like,
down to I was so specific because I was like, okay, favorite color. Her favorite color is blue, but if it comes to house decorations or clothing, it's olive. Like it's a green color, or like not even olive green, just green in general. But I was like so specific
Connor's
on
like
everything.
writing down the exact same thing.
No,
and
and
meanwhile,
Connor-
I'm writing blue. Like I'm not even answering the questions as in depth about myself. And then I'm like, yeah, that's right.
But Connor also wrote down blue and then was so specific about green too. So it was just like so fun.
It made me feel really special. And just like everyone there knew me well. I was like, oh my God, these are my friends.
Yes.
This is my family. They love me.
Yes.
So yeah, that was so fun. And we just played games and hung out Friday night. It was
Yes.
great.
And then we got up and we floated the river on Saturday. It was a 2-hour float, which I highly recommend.
Perfect
I've done
time.
like 4-hour floats before. It's too long,
Too many.
guys.
Too many.
If you're floating the river anywhere in Texas, 2.
I was telling someone there's always a point in like a 4-hour float where I look up and I'm like, I don't want to be on this anymore. I'm done. I'm not interested. How much longer do we have? And it feels like an eternity. 2 hours. I was almost worried towards the end, like, oh no, we're going to get out soon and I'm having fun. But then it ended up being another 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, that was perfect.
Yeah, everyone was like, let's go for round 2. They were like, but I was like, no, that's good to keep up the momentum because we still had dinner to get to. So it was perfect. Like you feel like you could keep going on the river.
Yes.
But no, you cut your losses like a little early because you have the reward at the end.
Yes. And by
everyone
the time
making it to dinner.
we got back, got ready, it was time to go to dinner. So it was perfect timing.
I know.
It worked out.
I was
seamlessly
a perfect party planner on the float.
You were. And we found a bus that took us from the cabins we stayed at and dropped us back off. Chef's kiss, best thing we've ever done.
Worth it. It was
my
literally
God.
$7 extra per person.
It was so
Sold.
worth it. So no one had to drive. It was great. I was deceased on the bus eating a sandwich with my eyes closed. I had my hat over my eyes and I was like, goodbye, everybody. Less than an hour later, I walk out fully ready, hair, makeup, everything. And everyone was like,
No, we were all shocked.
are you a magician?
You pulled something out of you that actually I've never seen happen before. Because normal Emily, I think you knew. Like, this is my 30th birthday and I
I was
have
like,
to perform.
I have to show up. Like what I want to do is go night. What I'm going to do is show up.
And you did.
And everyone was like, you're sober. You're like not even.
Yeah.
I was like, I am with it, guys.
And guess what? Everybody showed up. Like, my sister was trying to lay in bed and I was like, Lauren, get up. She goes, everyone's not making it. And I was like, yes, everyone is making it.
That is honestly insane that out of 15 people, everyone floated the river and everyone ate it to dinner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Incredible.
And that's on growth.
We went to Grist Mill. So I had never been to that area. It's the green area, right?
Yeah.
My dad was trying to pronounce it like Groon. Like it's just green.
It's green.
Okay.
It's German.
It's what?
It's German.
Oh.
That whole area is German. So you'll see like there's a town Burney, but it's spelled Boerne. And then Greens like that, New Braunfels, all that's a German settled area.
It was a very cute downtown area.
Yeah.
The Grist Mill, the vibes were cute, food mediocre, but I think it was like necessary. I'm glad we went.
I know. I remember that food being so good, and maybe that was just like rose colored glasses from my youth, but it was fine. The mashed potatoes,
Oh my God.
dank. We'll be thinking about those for
I
a
would
while.
swim in those right now.
My chicken fried steak, me.
Yeah.
me.
Matt G's ribs were
He
a little
was
sad.
not happy about that.
They were sad, but
They were sad.
But like I loved the vibes of it, and it seated like we were able to seat one party
table.
on one giant table. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Just for anyone going there though, like
Don't expect 5-star dining, but there's not a lot of options there either.
That's
So it's
true.
kind of like if you want to go and have that vibe and also be downtown, like there's really not a lot of other places to eat. But it was good. It was fun.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And then Sunday morning we woke up and left. I fell asleep Saturday night. What did we do Saturday night after dinner? We went to that speakeasy.
Yeah, speakeasy, and then we went back to
We
the
played
house and like
games.
played games, and that's whenever I was like, I gotta get to bed.
Yeah, and we were playing games
was
in your
done.
cabin. So oopsies.
No, y'all were in Alyssa's cabin.
Oh.
So I
I remembered that completely wrong.
I was able to get up and just go to bed. I was so tired. So
I don't
sorry
know what
skipped out.
time. No, you're fine. I literally don't know what time I went to bed, and I woke up. I said I pulled a Matt Henson because this is OG Matt Henson lore from Ohio. He used to fall asleep. We'd go out, and it was freaking 5 degrees, and so we'd be wearing coats and jeans and boots and hats and all the things. Matt would, not me, but Matt would come to our house. We'd go to the mine or whatever, walk back, and we'd be freezing. He'd fall asleep in his heavy jacket,
Boots.
jeans, boots, wallet
on
in
your
pocket,
couch.
phone. Fall asleep like he was dead with his vampire, like arms crossed over his
He was a
chest.
mummy.
And he would sleep all night like that. And I always thought that was the craziest thing because I'm neurotic about how I go to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
face needs to be washed, night guard needs to be in, all the things. I fell asleep Saturday night in denim shorts, my
Monster.
lace crop toppy thing, my phone in my back pocket, my necklace on. That's what woke me up because it was strangling me. The best part is that I woke up with popcorn in my mouth that I had not yet chewed when I fell asleep. I got up
Monster.
and I woke up at 8:30. Like it wasn't even like I woke up like usually if I fall asleep with makeup on, I'll wake up at 3 a.m. and go shower. No, I woke up at 8:30 and I just had to go stand in the shower and think about my choices. Like I was just
That's wild.
it
Wild.
was bad. It was
choices.
bad. I just stood in the shower for so long. I was like, how did I get here?
You only turned 30 once though, so
But anyways,
Here
it
we
was a
are.
freaking blast.
Yeah.
You crushed it. My theme, the vibes, everyone was wearing a Twilight shirt. Whenever I walked into your cabin, the decor was like Twilight / Taylor Swift. It was just like the weirdest combo, but you
It was
pulled it off
so
so
you.
perfect. No, it's like, it's literally me and like my stupid humor. You wrapped it up and put it in a party.
it was so fun to
It
do.
was so fun. Yeah, no, I freaking loved it. So, yeah.
a birthday to remember. Oh,
Yes,
well, I
thank
definitely
you.
had help. So
No, but I appreciate it. Well, and then now your birthday is tomorrow.
yes, and it's funny because I'm just turning 31. Like, let's keep it simple. But
We should be sad because it's our last day of being 30 together.
Aw, we should celebrate that.
Say less. Say less, baby girl. What we doing?
Our husband's jokes are we use any excuse to celebrate. We're like, oh, we got a good night's sleep. Let's celebrate.
No.
Like,
Literally. But you know what? That's a spice of life. And they would be so sad if they didn't have us always celebrating meaningless things.
yeah, their life would be so sad and like they'd be a little bit more richer, but for what? You know?
And for what? Rich and sad or middle
Bored and
class and celebrating. No, I'm so excited. I was going to keep it a secret like from you. I was trying to surprise you a little bit, but you're so nosy. You just love to know what's going on. So
do.
I was like, I'm just gonna tell you. So we're doing like karaoke. I bought a karaoke machine. I bought disco lights. I bought glow
so
stick. Like
excited.
we're having a disco at Courtney's house because this bitch loves karaoke more than anything. All of the snacks are Courtney themed, and I did decide I have to figure out how to finagle this, but I want to do a shot. Because I am doing a non-alcoholic shot for one of them because, Courtney's our health queen. But I want to do one that's like a white one, like rum chata or something.
Yeah.
With like a white cotton candy and called the Snowball.
Oh, R.I.P. It has to smell a little bit too.
It's going to have ground beef in it also. And trash.
This is my 15-year-old dog that passed away, but no, that's a perfect way to honor her
Or
3
like
years later.
the leaky mole.
Please, I'm so excited.
Snowball,
I'm so
just
excited.
before we move on, Snowball was the crustiest white dog. Like whenever you picture a little crusty white dog, Snowball, and she was evil. One time I sent my dad a picture of Snowball in the background. I think Fielding was in the picture or something. She's looking out of Courtney's bedroom door at her old house in the dark. And my dad like put a machete next to it, like photoshopped it on and was like, she looks like The Shining. Like she's here's Johnnying it. And
she was my childhood dog that like her and I, like if I could have been buried with her, I would have been. She will meet me in heaven at heaven's gates. Like she will be the one to bring me in to heaven.
Now, for everyone that's not Courtney, we know Snowball's real resting place.
Yeah, my husband's just yelling,
a little fiery,
yelling at the podcast right now. Like that is not where she's at.
Oh, Snowball.
Matt like loved her secretly, but like really actually hated her, and so
because Snowball was just
she did things on
escaping.
Like one time she like broke her leg and like Matt and I almost got divorced.
No, literally Courtney was like, you threw my dog. But like Snowball was so manipulative. Like I know that she jumped out of Matt's arms and broke her leg so that you and Matt would get divorced. Like that was her plan.
And Matt was like, do you think that I would like drop her on purpose to break her leg so I could, because the vet had us come back every 6 weeks to reapply her cast.
I think it was less than that. I think it was every week.
It was every week.
I'm like, I think she had that cast for like 4 months and y'all had to go back every week to get her cast wrapped and y'all would do different colors every time. Like she literally
was like, do you think I would really do that on purpose to then spend that much money on that dog?
And then one time Courtney was like, Snowball was getting old, like we're definitely rotting from the inside out. And Courtney's like, to the vet, like wink, wink, what should we do something? And the vet looked at you and said, old age is not a disease. Like
it's just a number.
And she kept living for another 2 years.
She really did. She did. And she rocked it. So and she died peacefully.
Snowball weighed what, 10 pounds? Yes. And she would try to fight Harper, who
she would. She won.
And Harper would submit.
So yeah, a
big snowball energy
is perfect.
Yeah,
that's so funny. No, and it's funny because we were talking about on the last episode with like birthdays. It's like you kind of just once you hit the milestone ones, it's like whatever. But it's fun thinking about being celebrated like on Saturday and like having
special
the people closest to me like come and be a part of it. And so it does make me feel special. So thank you. I appreciate you taking charge of that. So
nothing yet.
You've ordered things on Amazon, so.
And that's honestly my specialty, but you can thank me after everything's done.
I'm very excited to celebrate. Yeah. Okay, where are we at with this? Oh, let's chat about our big milestone that we actually do need to celebrate.
Oh my God, duh.
Today's episode of Cheers to That is brought to you by Deeply Rooted Handmade, a local business specializing in handmade soaps, bath salts, and balms. The products are non-toxic, safe for your family, and they smell amazing. Use code CHEERS2THAT10 to receive 10% off of your order.
Today's episode of Cheers to That is brought to you by Kava Haven. Kava Haven is a non-alcoholic spirit for relaxation and social bliss. With 0 added sugars and only 30 calories per shot, Kava Haven is the perfect addition to your favorite mocktail recipe. If you'd like to have all the buzz with none of the booze, use our code CHEERS2THAT15 for 15% off. That's CHEERS2THAT15 for 15% off of your first bottle of Kava Haven at kavahaven.com. Find them at Drink Kava Haven on Instagram. Thanks for sponsoring our show.
Wait, speaking of milestones,
our last meeting 30 and together, and it's our 50th episode.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
What are we doing for our 50th episode? Yeah, we have to celebrate.
It's our 50th episode. And to me, this feels like a bigger milestone than the 1 year anniversary. Maybe that's because we were in the thick of working during our 1 year anniversary, so we weren't even thinking about it. But 50 episodes just seems like such a big number. Like I'm so proud of us for persevering and creating 50 episodes worth of content. I
know. To me, it feels like a little bit bigger of a deal because like anyone can make it a year because we've skipped a few episodes, but like you could do like once a month and you make it to a year. Yeah. This means we have put in literally blood, sweat, and tears into 50 episods, a lot of laughter, a lot of coffee and water, and at the very beginning, a lot of champagne.
A lot of wine in the beginning.
But it's such a huge deal. It's a really big celebration for us. I don't listen to all of our episodes anymore. And if I do, I listen as like a little critic. And I listen to our book club episode. And I had nothing to critique. We were perfect. I laughed.
I only critique myself saying every 3 seconds.
Which I didn't. I did not even
only notice it because it's myself. But yeah, I always say I listen to the episodes for quality control, and that's why I do it. But yeah, I love it, and I think it's just we're like fine wine. We're just getting better and better. So
we're gonna look back at like episode 1.
Oh my God.
And think, what were we doing? But
I know I need to go back and listen to episode 1. I think I would cringe
I'm kind of scared.
to death.
But it's amazing that we've made it this far. We had someone ask, and by someone I mean my sister, reply to our story and ask, like, what has been the hardest part of podcasting? What do you think?
To me, I love podcasting with you. I think it is so fun. Even when I'm like not in the mood to do it initially, like in the morning, I'm like, whenever we get to sit down and have these conversations, like I think it's so fun, and it's such a fun way for us to see each other, right? Like this is just our time. So the actual production of it is the best thing to me. The like grit and balls to keep putting ourselves out there and producing content, that feels the hardest to me, because I feel like there may be some people like that I know from a different part of my life that are like, oh my God, you're so lame, like putting out. That part is hard to me. Sure. But not in a way that it discourages me a little bit sometimes, but I just have to always think like these people that put out silly TikToks and are now millionaires, like they started somewhere. Or like I think of Dairyland Dinner, like she just was really confident and started doing Instagram stuff, and now she's a millionaire. Her husband doesn't work because she put herself out here. And if it never turns into that, that's okay too. But it is definitely like pushing past what people could possibly perceive about us.
And we're hard. Putting thoughts and words into other people's heads, which I know are there, but it's not like we've ever had anybody say anything to us, but it's definitely, it's a little bit of a thought. I do get a little anxious, I think, like sometimes releasing episodes, not even the content that we cover or anything, but it's just every week you're putting yourself out there. So I know exactly what you're saying, but when we're sitting here doing it, it's so fun. No, it's so fun. I'm willing to do it because I do think we've had so much positive support of, we talk about motherhood, I feel like, in a real way, and friendships too. I think a lot of people have learned a lot about friendships from us as well.
What not to do.
Of like what those qualities to look for. And so I hope that, we just keep doing it. But I would say putting ourselves out there, that's been the hardest part. And then sometimes just amping ourselves up to get ready. But then it's like once we like flip the lights on, it's almost like lights, camera, action, bitch style, because
no, it for sure
on, is. Then it's like I feel this electric in me, and I'm like so excited to do it. But this morning, and I knew, and that's what keeps me going. Like I knew this morning before I got ready, I was like, oh man, I'm so tired. It's not that I didn't want to do it. I was like, man, I'm tired.
I get it.
But I knew as soon as I sat down, I was going to be fine. So
it feels like we go into a little, I don't know if you feel this way. I feel like we go into this alternate reality for a little bit.
For sure.
And it's like, I don't know. It's so silly because we're literally just talking in my bedroom and we're recording on my phone. But we do have
discipline too.
Absolutely.
To do it, so.
And we have a community. Like, I mean, we don't check our numbers that often on Apple, mostly because it's hard to do.
I have to get a code from you every time.
Well, and that's fine. I don't care about that. It's just like, even when I'm doing it, it's not user friendly. So we're like, yeah, whatever, Apple, you're fine. But like we went back and looked, and our listeners are up a lot higher than we thought on Apple.
I know. It was such a big deal.
Yeah. So it's like that kind of stuff, it just takes that perseverance. And I really think like we're doing the hard work, and I love doing it, and we're having so much fun. So
yep.
Let's keep party rocking.
I'm here for
we
it.
have some other questions from listeners.
Yeah. Let me pull them
Courtney's going to, I send them to her, but she's going to cull through them and decide what she wants to ask. If you guys are asking anything.
Oh, this one's a good one because I know my answer, but I'm going to let you answer first. What's the weirdest thing your kid has ever said in public, and like how did you keep a straight face? What's the weirdest thing like Fielding has ever like done in public or said in public?
First of all, I don't keep a straight face. Actually, well, I always think I keep a straight face, but do you think I do or not?
A straight face?
Like if someone does something silly?
Yeah, I think you do. You look away a lot.
I'm like, what is the craziest thing he's ever done in public? I mean, this wasn't in public, but recently, did I talk about this on the podcast already the other day? He was touching his balls in the bathtub and said, what is this? What is this? What is this? And I said, that's your scrotum. And he always is yelling for squirrels. So he goes, squirrels, squirrels. And so I guess scrotum sounded close. And so he was going, scrotum, scrotum.
Because we are a very, like, both of us
anatomically correct families. Yeah. So he did that. And I was like, please, for the love of God.
Just calling it out in the back.
Scrotum. Okay. I think he does more embarrassing stuff probably at school that I don't know about until secondhand, and then they'll tell me something he does, and I'm like,
What? Just be prepared for the future.
Okay. What about you?
Well, mine just happened yesterday, actually. So I have to give like a tiny bit of backstory because I don't know why Addie was doing this or yelling this. And so we stopped at Buc-ee's on our way back from Oklahoma. Matt requested dark chocolate covered almonds. Addie was asking what those were. And she was like, oh, it's like a type of like it's the chocolate covered like nuts or whatever. And Matt's like, yes. And so we found those for him. This is the only reason I can think of why she would say this. We're leaving lunch with my dad. We're getting in the car. She's in the car, but my dad's there, and she gets in her car seat and she just yells out loud like, we're gonna go home and play with nuts. And then she goes, nuts, 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 nuts.
She knows what she's doing.
But it's like crazy because I'm like, we don't talk like that.
I don't think she knows what she's talking about. I think she knows she's getting a reaction.
Yes.
I think
which
that's
is me
more what it
trying
is.
not to laugh and going, Addie, let's not say that.
She says
And
the
I think my
craziest
dad
things.
was just like frozen. He
like
couldn't do anything.
so embarrassed. Oh my God.
And,
Adeline.
I mean, she has a whole list of things that like I could write a book based off of shit she said. It's crazy.
I love it. Never a
She's
dull
wild.
moment with that girl. And Tucker God only knows. Oh no, Tucker says he doesn't say Crocs, he says Cox, and
Yes.
it's
He
one of my
loves
favorite
his
things.
Crocs, and he'll be like, Cox, Cox. And I'm like, and I have to tell everyone he means his Crocs. Like, he loves those things because he can't say the R sound.
It's so cute though.
Just these freaking kids. I can't. Ooh, okay, these are some good ones. What parenting trend do you secretly judge? And I've got to think about this one real quick, but I want to know your answer.
Parenting trend that I secretly judge. I don't know. There's so many.
You're like, we could do a whole episode
I'm
just on
judging
that.
everything. No. I don't know. I think I'm judgmental of which maybe this is wrong of me, parents that do like these insanely strict like rules and limitations on kids in regards to anything technology, chores, like just not getting to let them be kids. But also like, I think there's a balance, right? You don't want to give a 6-year-old an iPhone and just be like, here you go. But also I think you're doing a disservice to your kids to some extent if you don't expose them to things that other kids their age are getting exposed to. Now, not necessarily social media, but like I see some people that brag about like, this is the success of our family in our house. Our kids don't get a cell phone until they're 18. They don't get social media until they're 21. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But like, they're
Guess
gonna
what? They're
be
doing it behind your back.
Absolutely. And
Or
now,
they're just behind socially.
right. And so now, yeah, you've set them behind socially, and not that that's the most important thing, but there's something to be said about that. And they're going to be more resentful about missing out than you teaching them healthy parameters. So I'm very much like an exposure and moderation type person.
Because you have to teach them too. Like with screen time. It's like, oh, you have to teach them how to do everything in moderation.
Exactly.
Or like sweets or whatever it is.
Anything, because we all know those kids that we went to school with that when they got to college, they were super like hunkered down, sheltered, thank you, in high school, and then they get to college and they're the ones that are blacking out, drunk, and failing out of school because they, not that you should let your kids drink, but like, you know what I'm saying? There's a balance. There's a balance and a way to teach your kids to learn to balance things. So I think I judge that really hard. And just like parents that act like they have it all together. None of us have it all together. None of us have the answers. So like, do not make other people feel bad about themselves because you want to act like which I feel like we're moving away from as a society. I don't think a lot of women act that way all the time anymore.
Social media has definitely helped that trend.
I think it was worse in the beginning. Like everyone's like, oh, we're wearing our matching clothes. We're so perfect. And now it's moving more towards like, oh yeah, like my baby had a blowout in the airport and here we are, you know. It's like I think we're moving more towards that direction. So yeah, that's my long-winded answer. What about you?
Mine, it's a little bit specific because it's not towards everybody, but I think influencers using their kids as content. And I know that there are laws that are being put in place or are in place that kids should be compensated, but they are growing up already in social media, like so much surrounded by them. And I'm not saying I don't post my kids or anything, but if you are a like high traffic influencer and your brand is built solely off of your kids. So like one really good example, in the right way I can think of is like Claudia Oshry, who just had her baby, and we were talking about it. I wonder how she's going to create content about parenthood and about having a kid without her baby, and she's done a great job.
She's doing it. Yeah,
it's
the baby's like 3
amazing.
weeks old, and we will never see that kid's face. And like, good for her. She's protecting her baby and doing what she thinks is right. But
I judge it really hard though, these kids that they're making them perform in TikToks or whatever it might be. I think I've really I actually loathe it. Following that is what their brand is based off of, is their freaking kids.
And that's like the Ruby, what was her name? Ruby Frank?
Ruby Frank,
Frankie, whatever. Yeah, she's the one that was like, making her kids perform and then abusing them behind closed doors. Yeah. And so it's definitely a sick thing. I struggle with like posting fielding or not, just in case. So one day we are people of note.
It's hard because I want to share things about my kids. So I do still post, but I think there's just a balance to it of as an influencer, whenever our brand would be like podcasting and talking about parenting and marriage and things like that. But it's whenever it's just your kid on your page, and that's all it is.
And that's a problem. And they're doing TikTok dances with you and like almost sexualizing the kids. Yes. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah. Completely agree.
Gets real sketchy up in there.
Show do.
Okay, let's do one more parenting question. I like this one. Have you ever pretended to be asleep so your partner had to deal with nighttime drama? Be honest.
Yeah, obviously. And if you say no, you're a liar. You're a liar. I don't pretend to be asleep. I pretend to be dead. What do you mean, every Saturday morning? Yeah. I'm asleep.
I just nudge Matt.
Oh, he needs something. Can you go get him? I'm really tired.
I go, it's your turn. But yeah, for sure. I mean, especially at night too. Whenever I don't want to lay there for 2 hours to let the kids fall asleep, tap out.
I used to get so depressed whenever when Fielding was little, and I'd have to go rock him in his room for 45 minutes to get him to get in the crib. And I remember my parents would come over and we'd be eating dinner and hanging out, and I'd be like, okay, gotta go put Fielding down.
It's isolating.
It's so isolating. And now, looking back, I don't know why I was so rigid about that time, which is funny because I don't feel like I'm a really rigid parent, especially with time. I mean, my kid stays up till midnight a lot of nights, but I was so trying to get him down at a specific time, and he resisted so hard, and it was we both are so angry, and I hated that feeling. So that was definitely a thing for me. I had to tell Connor, we have to switch off every day. I can't put him to bed every night or I'm gonna freak out. And now I just I'm gonna sleep with him until he goes to college, I guess. I don't
I don't know if he'll agree with that, but I think
he's my emotional support baby now, so good luck getting out of my bed, Fielding.
Yeah, I mean, Addie has started sleeping in her bed, and it has helped the bedtime routine a lot because what was happening was her and Tucker were feeding off of each other energy wise, so then neither one of them were going down, and Matt and I are both just miserable laying in there. And so now that she's sleeping in her bed for the most part, with exceptions obviously, and then Tucker, it's we let him stay up a little bit later. He just goes harder than her. She hits her limit and she needs to go to bed. And with Tuck, it's we let him stay up a little bit later, and then we put him down, and it's not taking as long. Yeah. But it's it took me 2.5 years to figure this out. So
it all takes
never
forever.
Too late.
Well, I'm I don't know. I mean, Fielding, I feel we've sort of got a groove with sleep. He's so much better than he used to be. I mean, it used to be a fight, and now, I mean, I told you this morning, I Snapchatted you because he did not take a nap yesterday. Went to sleep at 9:30 at night and woke up at 6 a.m. today.
Yeah. And I said 6 a.m. is wild.
Ready to party. Yeah. And so that's just, I told you yesterday, I said these exact same words. Fielding is not a kid that ever, he's not a human that's going to need more than 8 hours of sleep ever. And that's how his dad is.
Well, and I remember one of my old coworkers, her listening to one of our first episodes, and she said my son was just the same. And it had me realize too that that's just how he's built. It's nothing you're doing.
Well, I think it's
truly
whenever,
he's built with less need for sleep. I wish I was that way. Give me a little bit of it, Fielding.
Same.
But you're not alone, because it's funny, and I think that's helped other people understand of oh, my kid doesn't really sleep either.
Yeah.
And now sometimes there are no, if there it's a lot of a lot of interrupted sleep
Sure,
at night. I think there
sure.
are some medical underlying things. His is truly like, I just don't need that to function. I'm fine. So
I
works.
don't know
It works
why
for
this
him.
happened to me. But he's lucky. He's so cute. But when he wakes up, he's like, Dusty, because he wants to watch planes. I'm
Yeah. At 6 a.m.
like, just sleep.
It's either Dusty or Tucker. Want to twix. Want to twix.
Literally.
These were some marriage questions we got. Let's see. Okay. I have a hair in my mouth. What is your favorite low stakes lie you tell your spouse? Like hiding snacks or inflating or I don't know what that means. Like a low stakes lie that you would tell Connor.
It was on sale. It was on sale.
Golden.
That's
Golden
it.
rule.
That's all I
I'm
got.
trying to think of what I would tell Matt. Mine would probably be like, oh, sorry, I already placed our grocery order when he wants me to add like junk food to
I'm
it.
dead. Or like this isn't even a lie. This is just like you being like, I'm doing what I want. I remember whenever you ordered your patio furniture, you sent it to him and what did he do? He thumbs it up or didn't reply or something.
I don't think he replied to it or something.
And so then it comes in and we're in the car together for some reason. He calls you and he's like, what is this big box? And you're like, oh, it's our new patio furniture. And he's like, the one you sent me a picture of? And you're like, yeah. He's like, I didn't like those. And you were all, oh, sorry. Already ordered them. And I was like, damn, you got maneuvered, Matt. And you literally were like, if you didn't like them, you should have said something.
Sorry about the gaslighting, babe. Yeah, that's right. He didn't respond to it. And I was like, well, you didn't respond, so I took that as a yes.
I love it. Listen, and you got beautiful patio furniture out of it, so who's winning?
And then
Both
I
of
was
you.
like, well, this is my Mother's Day gift. But then I had another Mother's Day gift, and he goes,
Obviously.
well, I thought that was redoing the patio. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Matt, no more questions.
Let's see. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to read. Okay, last question.
I'm ready.
If you had one day completely off, no kids, no husband, what would your fantasy itinerary look like?
That's tricky. Honestly, like, I'm so boring. Just getting to like watch TV on my own and like play on my Switch.
Yeah. No.
Eat lunch by myself.
Yeah.
Little chicken salad.
Would you Uber eat it?
Obviously. I don't drive. You mean move off my ass?
It might be raining.
Yeah, it could be raining. I need to check the Doppler. What about you?
Okay, so you would Nintendo, watch TV, Uber Eats.
I think just like veg
out. Yeah.
Veg.
I love it. I love it. Mine.
Let me guess. Go to the gym. Go for a run after that.
Yeah. Take a really nice hot bath.
Ooh, that's a good one.
A really nice bath with Epsom salt in it.
Yes.
I would have I would eat lunch in silence. I don't even need the TV on.
Love.
And then I would read my book.
Beautiful.
And I think there is something to be said about like just not having any responsibilities, because it's like if there's been a time like this weekend we didn't have the kids, but like you still have a responsibility to your husband
Yes.
in a way, and vice versa.
Yeah.
If your husband's not, like if Matt's out of town, I still have the kids, and I'm like, ooh, what would that be like to just
have
like
nothing.
to just kind of exist for one day, and then you guys like come back in the morning?
Yeah. Love.
Okay.
Love. I would like to add to mine an everything shower.
Yeah.
Just
Would you give yourself a blowout afterwards
Absolutely.
too? Yeah.
yeah, because I usually don't blow dry my hair after the shower at night. And the consequences of those actions are really upsetting for all involved.
Gets real fuzzy.
No, my hair gets huge. I went to sleep with like truly wet hair the night before last. When Fielding woke up the next morning, he was roasting me to filth. He was grabbing my hair and he's like, oh my God. Okay, but
Oh my God.
literally calm down.
Leave it to kids to put us in our place.
Yeah.
So
Okay, Fielding.
I need to romanticize it. Like I need to fantasize this a little bit more, but because the list could keep going. And I would binge a
massage.
show. I would binge a show.
binge a show,
Like
pick up a
just sit
book.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Order food in. Like I would order dinner in, and options are limitless. Like now my
Truly.
brain's going. I'm like, wait, is it still Mother's Day? Like, is this too late to make
It's
it
Father's Day,
happen?
but Matt, take the kids and get the hell out of here. I love that. Before we wrap it up, reading, watching, listening.
Ooh, good one. As if we don't do it every episode.
We do every week. Crazy.
Because we did it at the end of the episode. It really threw me
mix
off.
it up.
Okay. I just started reading Broken Country last night, which is our book club book. I made it 5 pages in because I was really tired. I was really tired.
Do you have any thoughts on those first 5 pages?
I like the setting. I love it.
Solid. Where's it set?
English countryside.
I didn't realize that. I thought it,
girl.
I don't know why I've been thinking it's a Western. Maybe the word country.
Okay.
Just that one word got me.
The one.
I really thought it was like Western.
I mean, if you look at the book cover, like there is like a cabin, but it's like a very cottage, like not a cabin, a cottage. There's a cottage. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great book. I think it's gonna be a fast read. The font is like size 16. So.
Love. Perfect.
We don't have to put our reading glasses
Easy on the eyes. User friendly.
I finished Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 2 finally.
What'd you think?
I freaking loved it. I'm telling everyone they have to watch it.
Do you think Jessie actually cheated on her husband? Spoiler.
I think that they're open swingers and that
I can see that.
they're not willing to admit that to national TV right now. But I do think that they are open.
But I've been seeing.
Are you okay? Did you just smell your own breath or did you just choke?
No, like, you know, when you get like a bubble of snot inside your nose, it just like, okay. Anyways,
I will Heimlich you.
That was crazy. I've been seeing stuff about saying that Demi and what's his head, Mauricio, were actually the ones that were hooking up.
I could definitely
and
see
he's
that.
lying like for Demi.
I also think Mauricio is a
Thirsty. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the only adjective.
Mofo that just wants his 5 seconds of fame.
Not the mofo.
I think he's definitely gay. I don't think he has any interest in Demi.
Courtney and our mission is just to out everyone.
On that show, 75% of them are gay.
He seems like a used car salesman.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
and so when we were at the villas, me and Demi had a. I'm like, shut up. You're
I had
gross.
an instant connection with her. I'm like,
yucky.
bitch, what?
Yucky.
And it's weird. I think production set that all up anyways.
So
like, why
true.
would they bring them into the villas? It's just,
So
all
true.
for clout for him. I think Jessie, listening to her podcast with Jackie.
I haven't listened to it yet.
It was so good on the toast.
I need to listen.
You should definitely look up that episode. She is a very like down to earth person, very well spoken.
Yeah.
She talked about Demi and her relationship a little bit and just how much it hurt her because they were best. She's like, we were best friends off screen.
Yeah. And Demi's out here like, you're bad at hair, which as a hairdresser, like,
can you imagine me
Grouch.
doing that to you? Like that would be horrible.
It'd be one thing like how I am now. Like if you're like, yeah, go somewhere else. It's like a more of a vibe. She has a like multi-million-dollar salon extension industry situation.
Well known in Utah. All the girls
Correct.
get their hair done there.
And Jessie said something on the show like, you guys want to talk shit, but like I'm the one doing all of y'all's hair for free every single time we go out. Y'all want your hair curled, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't realize she was doing that. And I'm like, that's hard. That's a hard thing to do as a hairdresser.
Yeah.
So
well, and I noticed they had like a little reunion in Vegas, I think, and Demi and Whitney were not there, and everyone else was. So, I really enjoyed the show. I can't wait for part 2.
I know.
It should be coming
I think
out.
the reunion comes out in July. I looked.
Watch party.
No, please, and let's all get clip-in extensions. I'll wear my wigs. No, love that idea so much. Okay.
What about you?
I finished a book this morning since I've been up since 6 a.m. I finished the sequel to It Happened One Summer, Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. Cute.
Yeah.
Cute. Liked it.
How long did it take you to read it?
So I have
like total time, because I know that you put it down for a
I
little bit.
put it down a lot. I mean, I couldn't even. So last night I picked it up again and I was like, I'm finishing this book. Like, I have to be done with this. And I think I was at like 100 pages and I finished it this morning and it's like 350 or something. So, I mean, hardcore reading, maybe like 6 hours, but, yeah, it was a good quick read. I liked it. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, I like this. Makes me want to reread the first one. I enjoy it. For some reason, it's not gripping me right now. Reading is just not like, I'm having a hard time getting into books currently.
It's a ebb and flow process.
It is. But Connor, of course, is delighted that he can finally discuss the book with me.
You have your own book club with your husband now.
I do. And I asked him, I said something about like he asked if there was gonna be another one because there's an epilogue in this book that's 10 years in the future. And it was cute. And he's like, "Do you think there's gonna be another one?" I was like, "No, I think if they do an epilogue 10 years in the future, like it's done." And he's like, "Well, then we got to find something else." And so I'm like trying to think of what I should read with Connor. Like, should I give him something I've already read so we can discuss it, or should I pick something else that's like smutty and give him, I don't know what direction he wants to go. He said he likes the length of that book though. 350 something pages was good to him. So
he might like our book club book because
Really?
it's so short. Yeah, and it's a little bit of a love story, so he might like it.
I know.
He's
I'm
a
gonna have to see.
romantic guy, you know. So
God, he's so romantic. He's so romantic.
so maybe give that to him after you've read it. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I kind of want to be able to read it at the same time, but then like who's gonna watch our kid, you know? Issues.
You need to be able to just sink into the couch and focus.
So anyways, I'm gonna be thinking about that. I've got some books on my bookshelf that I haven't read. I'm wondering if I should go like a mystery route with him. He might like that. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated.
Love it.
And then watching new season of Tires, Shane Gillis's show.
Oh, is it good? You like it?
It's fine. It's like one of those shows where everyone's broke and like the business is failing the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, and it kind of just makes me feel panicky.
Oh,
but it's funny. But like everything's wrong all the time. Everyone's lives are falling apart, and like that's only funny to me to a certain extent. But the commentary is hilarious. Shane Gillis is one of my favorite comedians on this planet. But yeah, that's it.
I know. We haven't watched much TV because we've been gone, and so like we were watching The Better Sister, but we like I think I talked about it last time, and that we haven't watched since.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
I know
good.
Ginny and Georgia, like there's a new season that came out.
Yes.
I don't think you ever watched it, right?
I watched the first season for sure.
Well, people are making fun of it because what they did wrong with production was it takes 2 years for a new season, but when they pick back up, it's supposed to be like 2 weeks that have went by.
Hilarious.
And so the kids that they have in there have obviously grown, and they're still trying to make them look the same. And they did a side by side of the little brother with the glasses, the round glasses, and it's like you can't do that. Like no one thought this through. Why would you do a 2-week? That's passed in 2 years. Just make 2 years pass. Like make it make sense.
So speaking of that, I did see Sydney Sweeney talking a little bit about season 3 of Euphoria, and she said it's in the future.
Really?
They fast forward a few years.
Oh, well, that's good because I mean it takes 10 years for a new season to come out.
Facts. But also like what else was there to say about high school? Like I want to see where they're at in their regular life later. So we'll see.
We'll see if I'll watch it. I don't know.
You watched season 2, right?
Yeah, I did, but like I don't remember. It's been so long. That's the thing. It's like these series cannot have 2 or 3 years that go by in
Euphoria,
between.
it's going to be
Stranger Things
seriously
is the
4
same
years.
thing.
Yeah.
It's
Stranger Things is done though now, right?
No, I feel like they're coming up with a new season, but it takes like
Really?
2 years in between every single thing. Maybe it's done. I don't know. It's just frustrating.
You don't have that attention span.
It's just frustrating.
That's why I like watching series that are complete.
Or limited series. My favorite
Limited series are my favorite.
Yeah.
Facts.
Alrighty. Time
Let's
for me
roll.
to go get my kiddos and tomorrow start celebrating my birthday. So.
Hey.
And I'm gonna karaoke
We're karaoke.
my life
Our husbands
depends on it.
are gonna play flag football at the same time.
We're gonna go watch their game. We're gonna go cheer them on. You're gonna go put on your cheerleading uniform.
I won't be doing that. I will not be doing that. But thank you so much for putting that thought into anyone's head. Okay. Well, love you guys.
Time to
Rate, review,
sign
subscribe,
off.
and see you next week.
All right.
Toodles. Cheers.
Bye.
Mwah.